And Theron, now that you're over here by the bars, you can actually see the source of the droning.
Oh.
And it makes you flee in the opposite direction as you see it, because what you see are maybe hundreds of like flies the size of horses just streaming through this cavern at breakneck speed. It's like a cloud of enormous flies, and it's not just flies. There are also these huge birds that look like vultures, but they're also like the size of horses or even larger than the flies, and they're giving off these sickening screeches. And you can see the drow are reacting to this in a mixture of like hiding in fear. Some are shooting up at them. Some are running and getting cover. For the most part, these creatures that are floating through seem to be like going somewhere, but there's just so many of them that a couple of them stop and land, and the drow fight them. Some of the drow are thrown off the cliffside and killed, but eventually this stops. Some of you end up unconscious. Theron, as he's in the back of the cave now, unable to find a way out, shivering, shaking from this horrific sight. So Roland, as he looks up, as this buzzing sounds for him right at the base of this lift, it just gets to be way too much, and he passes out. Those of you who fall unconscious only fall unconscious for 10 minutes. So you wake up and everybody's able to watch these creatures move through here. Those of you that saw the creatures, which theoretically could be everybody, can make a roll to see if they know what they are. Nobody has any idea what they are except Jeff, who just whispers under his breath, demons. He recognizes them as demons. They appear to be a large horde of chasmi and vrocks. Everybody.
Did the druids see them?
Probably yes.
Nice.
But druids can't become demons. Druids can only wild shape into beasts. All right, so for this evening, Roland is at the base of the lift. The rest of you are back in your cell. Is there anything else you want to accomplish before the next day comes?
Roland, okay, did I notice was there a guard change at any point during the time I've been here yet? Like, did they leave that spot or anything?
The Quaggoths that are manning it, you have not seen them change yet, no. You did see them leave for a moment when those demons were coming through.
Oh, shit.
In fact, if you wanted to do anything while that was happening, you could.
Yeah, after I woke up after 10 minutes, could I try and climb the rope while they were gone?
Yeah.
Okay. Would that be a dexterity?
Athletics. So you get about 15 feet up, and your grip slips, and you fall and slam your back on the rock and roll over into the dust. You take 3 damage. Fortunately, this horrific drone from these demons above you muffles any sound your falling made. Climbing this rope is going to probably be a challenge.
All right, I think he dusts off, and then I guess that's all he's gonna do for now.
All right, so he's
Can I pay attention though to see if they do have a guard shift change, or they leave that spot at any point during the night?
All right, so you want to watch those. So you're you can do this while you're on a long rest. So you're gonna rest there and watch those Quaggoth.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So in the morning, you see, after what seems like about 8 hours resting, you see the Quaggoths are changed out for another pair. The drow bring a pair.
How long was the time it took them to change out?
Not long, and the way they did it wouldn't really help you much anyway. They pull 2 in, and then leave those 2 while they take the back away. So there's not really any time when the Quaggoths aren't there. The following morning, a man comes up to the cell, and those of you who were at the dinner recognize him as Jorlin.
Are the people that have a point of madness still going crazy?
If it's that indefinite madness. So you were not. Theron was just in the short term, or Yeah, it's people with long-term madness. So Theron had short-term madness, so his is over. Roland still believes.
Tordik is next to him.
Tordik is next to him.
Was Tordik talking to him at all during this, or was he just kind of?
If he had anything to say, like Tordik would only he's a manifestation of his madness, really. So he's not going to have any insight that Roland wouldn't have himself. But if Roland was going to try to think some things through and talk to Tordik, then Tordik would answer.
Oh, okay.
So your breakfast of thin mushroom gruel is brought to you by this drow you recognize. Those of you who are serving dinner recognize as Jorlin. And he sets it down and he says, all right, let's see if we can do jobs today and actually get them done. And he says, you have 15 minutes to eat and then we'll split off. And he sits there waiting for you guys to eat your meal.
Where are we?
Still in your cell. I don't care if you're done or not. Get to work. And he says, all right, y'all are going to the Quaggoths. And then he says, you four, says, y'all are going to the guardhouse. And he says, no, you Quaggoth, you probably go to the Quaggoths too. So a contingent of drow take Nerozi, Bupidu, Thorin, Enil, and Darendil over to the Quaggoth den. Another one takes Jeff, Jimjar, Stool, and Nerozi directly across the rope bridge to the guard tower, and they bring you upstairs in the guard tower, and you see upstairs just a huge pile of like bloody swords, and they're like, "All right, y'all are gonna clean these today." And two drow sit down on a set of stools, start playing a card game as they throw you a bunch of like dirty rags. And then those in the Quaggoth den, the drow shove you inside and they say, so here's a couple buckets. Just see all that shit like everywhere, and there's like shit fucking everywhere. It's fucking nasty. He's like, just put it in those buckets, bring it over to the waterfall, and dump it into the water. And we don't have any like scoops or anything. So you're just gonna have to pick it up with your hands or something. I don't know. And a little Koatoa dude hops up as he's from where he's sitting, and he says, yes, hello. I am Shushta. I am Koatoa, keeper of the Quaggoth. Please join me in the beautiful ceremony of the shit scraping. And he starts like really reverently picking up piles of shit and bringing them over to buckets and putting them in like it's something mystical.
Hi, cool. I'm Thorin.
He says, I see you too are enlightened soul.
Totally. Yeah, whatever you said. But, I mean, you seem like a cool guy, so sure, I'll help.
Excellent. The shit is the representation of all that the Quaggoth has eaten and digested and pooped out.
What?
I mean,
What?
It's literally that too, though, right? Like, it is literally what they ate and shit out.
Yes, literally and metaphorically.
Enil, shivering, says to
Shushtar?
excuse me, could you tell us, we're very curious about this prison. By chance, do you know, is there only one way out, or are there multiple ways out of this facility?
There are multiple ways out of every problem. One must only look inside themselves and find the strength to overcome.
Right. But if we were to want to leave, I'm not saying that I would want to, but if we were to want to, what would be probably the best direction to go?
I would go home to Sloopadoop. I'm sorry. I have taken a vow of chastity. I no one.
Enil just goes back and shivers and just like...
All right, you guys start doing your best to pick up loads of shit, put them in buckets, and haul those buckets across the way over to the waterfall and dump them out. While the other group is polishing all this blood and grime off of these swords. Stool's really useless, so he just offers himself up as a stool to sit on while you guys are doing this.
That's where his name came from. Now I get it.
Mm-hmm. And Jim Jar says, in all your mind, he's like, "You want to bet we could take those guards out with some of these swords?"
Neurosi says, "Where would we go, man? We're like weeks down into the Underdark. What's the point of even leaving this facility? We're just gonna die."
I could lead us home.
You know how to get home?
Of course.
He looks at Jeff. Neurosi looks at Jeff.
Just looking to see how many guards there are.
You've got 2 guards with you, but you did see that there were 3 down below, and one of them looked elite.
Ones that immediately summon backup.
Neurosi looks at
The place
Jeff.
is pretty small, so you're talking about the entire facility, and you've been sort of through the whole thing. It's like probably 750 feet from end to end. So any real loud noise or commotion anywhere is likely to draw attention from the rest of the place. So it's if there are likely going to be small groups closer, larger groups further away. But yeah, you should anticipate that any fight you get into will be joined by other guards in this facility.
Neurosi says to Jeff and Jim Jar, he says, "Guys, if I'm not mistaken, aren't drow into like backstabbing each other, and isn't that like a virtue to them?"
Jim Jar's like, "Yeah, they are little bastards, yeah."
It seems like there's some sort of tension going on, like we saw at the birthday party. I think we could take advantage of that, and at the right time, all of us together fight.
Jim Jar's like, "All right. If that sounds like a better plan than what I was thinking of."
What were you thinking?
Killing these guys with these swords right now?
I like Neurosi's plan.
Plus, our friends are in the Quaggoth pit, and they'll, I don't know.
All right. So Jim Jar's like, "All right. So you want to stoke the fires of this intrigue that's going on here? Sure, I get it. How do you want to do that?"
That Joran guy.
Yeah, what was that? Theron noticed somebody looking at somebody dinner thing.
Yeah, so Theron noticed that the Asha, the other mage, seems to have some sort of relationship with Jorlin. Everybody else just noticed that Jorlin was like the guy that everybody shat on.
Huh.
What would happen if... Well, I don't want to jump in because that was Theron's. Theron's not in there with us right now, so I'm going to wait.
No, but you guys said that you talked all about what you saw the night before.
What do you
so
mean
you
Theron's in there with you right now?
He is?
No, Theron's in the Quaggoth den.
Oh,
These guys
I see where you guys are.
there.
I see where
yeah.
you are.
I'm thinking later we could talk about it.
Sorry.
But Jim Jar still, has the question.
So yeah, Neurosi's like, I'm not going to fight yet. My Seraphina.
Okay. But how do you want to do this thing with Jorlin? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that the top priestess seems to have like the rights to these guys or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And so if Jorlin and this other chick are hooking up, all that has to be done maybe is brought to her attention, and she'll probably be super pissed. Or we could try to convince Jorlin and this other chick to like backstab the other priestess. But I don't know how we could do that without getting killed.
Yeah, proving that they're having some sort of affair. We could just tell her, but she don't believe us. We'd have to somehow prove it to her or have her catch them in the act. I'm not sure how we would do that. We might have better luck trying to convince them to betray her. But I don't know.
What do you think, Jeff?
Persuasion isn't exactly one of Jeff's strong suits. Persuading the Jorlin and Asha to overthrow the leader chick would be the better bet, but we don't have any leverage. We need to get something to convince them to do it. Maybe some way to indicate that what's her name, Elvira, the one in charge, that she's weak. Yeah, something to show like now's their chance to do it. Something to indicate, you know, she's a bad leader, or they could do better and they should do it now.
Yeah. So what if we could subtly start saying, you know, man, you know, treating him nicely and starting to like boost his ego, kind of like, why do they all treat you like shit? You're the coolest one of these drow. All the other drow treat us like crap, but you're actually like pretty cool.
Trying to say, because didn't she was the Avaro was the one who was ordering us the first day when Roland jumped off the cliff and like everything went wrong, and is that to tell Jorlin like, look at see how badly she screwed everything up? Like clearly she's bad at her job. You could do way better, Jorlin.
So you guys are all having this sort of telepathic conversation, making these plans as you clean these swords today. Yeah. Those of you who are scooping up shit, are you coming to any conclusions or anything, or is Roland down here doing anything? What's Roland doing?
Can I search elsewhere in this cavern to see if there's another way up?
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation. So. Yeah, there's nothing else in this cavern. The only other thing aside from the various pathways that lead out is this large sort of refuse, stagnant pool of water that's full of trash and nastiness.
Should I search the trash nastiness? You said I could try and climb the wall instead of that rope.
Yep. The rope would probably be easier though.
Oh, really? It would? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll try doing the rope again.
Are you gonna try climbing up the rope? Yeah. So you struggle with the rope, and try to climb up it, but again slip off, slam on that rock, and take another 2 points of bludgeoning damage as the air is knocked out of you. How about those of you over with the Quaggoths? What are you doing with your day aside from cleaning up shit? Anything?
Thorin's actually gotten really into cleaning up shit and is like kind of like whistling as he works, chattering with the fish guy, kind of like generally having a good time.
All right. Anil and Theron?
Neil wants to ask, is Darendil in here with us?
Darendil is, yes.
And Neil wants to ask Darendil and say, Darendil, are these other Quaggoths actually Quaggoths, or are they in an accursed?
He responds, can't you tell? You can't tell the difference? Clearly, they're clearly not cursed. Obviously, regular Quaggoths. I mean, there should be some obvious differences between us.
But, Darendil, don't you have a certain amount of sway with these Quaggoths? Can't you perhaps talk to them and maybe see how they're feeling or whatever?
Well, I don't speak Quaggoth because I'm an elf. I don't appreciate the insinuation that I would be able to communicate with these beasts just because I look like one.
Yeah, Darendil, what I'm saying is perhaps if you're friendly with them, then perhaps...
What's wrong with you and your friend? I'm going to go scoop shit with my high elf compatriot. Hello, Theron. Let's scoop poop together. Beast, get out of here. I'm so sorry about that horrible beast we have to work with. They're not sophisticated like us elves, huh, Theron?
Oh, you're no better to get along with.
Seems a little rude. I'll just clean up shit by myself then.
And Neil starts clapping and singing a song as he works, seeing if it has any positive effect on the Quaggoths. And it sounds like something like this. Quaggoth, Quaggoth, you're a little Quaggoth. Quaggoth, you're a little Quaggoth.
Roll animal handling for me, please.
Okay.
No.
They start making these like grunting noises and these like... And a few of them start padding towards you.
delicious margarita.